Well, I mean, it depends what you want to believe. I mean, you have to take a look at the media, with with critical eye, and decide what parts of it you want to actually believe. If you do, believe in some of the things that have been reported, it seems to be an overt level of influence on every aspect of the way that the government runs. It's it's very symbolic and ironic that the U.S. Embassy was moved to the Kale. If you go back in Macedonian history, these lands were run by the Sultan, who had his representative here, running things from the Kale, which is a high point looking over the valley, and it just so happens that they have their embassy there as well. It's sort of symbolically, sending the message to people that, this is basically the new Sultan. And I think that, there's no decision made by any Macedonian party, certainly not the two major parties, that isn't massaged or manipulated or affected by what U.S. policy happens to be at the time. I mean, there are periods where, there was more of an active role. There was periods of neglect, where there was a sort of a non-role. But every step of the way, there were certain things that kept on getting reinforced. Certainly, when it comes to the amnesty law and the attempt to take UÇK terrorists and to turn them into legitimate political actors. I mean, this has been, the source of many of Macedonia's problems. It's one of the key issues that faces the country, in the sense that, it has basically turned the political system upside down. You can't actually run a country properly when people who were implicated in the most treasonous acts imaginable are not only running it, but they're running it with the full support of the so-called international community. And when they use that term, international community, usually they're only talking about a few countries that have a particular interest in keeping them where they are. So, in a way, the entire political system has been hijacked by this agenda, and Macedonia has been paying the price ever since 2001, when they were installed.
Now,